Well, it finally happened. So we finally got the release date of the Guilty Gear Strive Switch Edition DLC. And it's a very interesting piece of news. For context, I think kind of missed this news. I'm not so sure. I think it was released today, which is kind of wrong due to it being Thanksgiving, but whatever. Um, but there was an announcement that confirmed the release date of Guilty Gear Strive DLC for the Switch too. For those who do not remember, because it's actually been a very long time since we talked about this, uh, the Switch edition of Guilty Gear Strive has been literally been explosive diarrhea on, not just shit on, explosive diarrhea on. And the reason why is because one of the biggest reasons is because the DLC was delayed on the game. And not just like delayed. We're talking about it was delayed during the fact that the PS5 and the Xbox whatever, I don't know which Xbox generation we're in because their names are over weird. The Xbox and PlayStation versions got their DLC during that time frame. And it annoyed many people, including myself, actually. I won't deny that. Although I'm probably a little bit less of that, but still. And we were all waiting, when is the next DLC going to drop on the Switch edition? Especially considering later on, as many people would know, they had to come out and confirm it, and they said about the whole Australian developer thing. Because for context, the reason why it was delayed, if you don't recall, is because this is being made, even though it's still under Arc System and their programming, this is being made by a Australian studio for the Switch edition. The main ones happening is Arc System Works area. Meanwhile, the Switch edition is being worked on by a separate person. This is why there's no crossplay with it and all that gobbledygook. Um, and honestly, it's about time, honestly. And of course, we've been known that it was coming towards the end of the year. And it's kind of funny too, by the way. So, for context, as the title suggests and the thumbnail, it will be coming out at um, December 18th this year, aka next month. Which, P.S., this is going to be a big month for me because not only do I have to deal with Pokemon ZA DLC, but now I gotta do Guilty Gear Strive DLC. And possibly, of course, Sonic Crossroad Racing if Dream is being released around that time. I think he is alongside, I guess, Pac-Man, but I don't recall if it's going to be this month or actually next year when Pac-Man comes out. But hey, I'm going to be packed for December this year for video game entertainment. But that does lead into some few notes I want to point out. First of all, give credit where credit is due. I still thank them for this, even though it's super weird. But once again, Arc System did apologize for the delay again. The reason being, because many people thought it was going to be this month when the DLC was going to get released. It's going to be instead December 18th. Which is kind of funny though, because not only do I forgive them because hey, they're trying to give out the best quality. You can tell they're trying to be honest with the best quality it is, which makes sense. Guilty Gear Strive improves on quality for sure, but it's also funny because they're like, "Oh, we're so sorry, we're missing the fall 2025 release," and I'm like, "Okay, give you credit where credit's due," because many people think December is in fact a winter month. But it's actually an autumn month. Like, yes, Christmas is in winter, but winter. It's similar to the situation with September, by the way. September is actually a summer month, not a fall month. Yes, fall does start on September, but it starts at the later end of September. So, in a way, December is sort of a fall and winter month. I don't know. This is coming from a South Carolina person, and let's be real here, it's it's like literally always fall, even during the wintertime. We get snow very rare. When we get snow, we're not even panicking. We're happy as clams when we get snow because that's how weirdly summer like South Carolina is. So either way, I mean, again, I give them respect because thank God they're apologizing. They're actually responding. It's just that if they do want to make it up, which they have said one thing, which I'll get it, but another thing they should say is at least come out with this knowledge. I guess. I mean, again, they did shorten the release date, and they finally give us a bulletin point of when the release date is coming. But it's like, couldn't you just alert us that there was a delay or something? I mean, I don't know, but hey, it's fine. There probably was a delay because again, they get a fair pass because really December is the end of fall. Like it's December 18th. That's 2 days before winter, so we're pretty much good on that. And besides, many people already predicted it was going to be in December because that is, da da da. However, the real thing that intrigued me, and I won't be able to show it, but you can actually look this up yourself. There is proof of they have it on their website. But they said that in the future, they might be actually doing a advice that many, and probably myself, jokingly told them to do, which is how about you also next time around delay the rest of the DLC to make it all release at the same damn time? The reason why is down in the bottom of their message, they said that next time around they're going to try to keep the DLC in line with the other thing and keep the game up to date. P.S. I'm probably butchering the crap out of that thing, but it's basically, in short, they're saying like, hey, we're gonna try to keep this Switch edition up to date with the other versions as best as we can, which is another good thing. Because again, like I said before, and I'll say again, like I also said right now, yeah, that should have been the main. Like, I still don't get it. I really, really don't get it. Why the hell they didn't just delay the halfway through the DLC and wait until Venom was released sometime around? Like, I get they're more focused on the PlayStation and Xbox, but if you want more people to play your game, wouldn't you also keep it in line, the Switch in line with the other consoles or something? I don't know. It's a very wacky situation. And hopefully with the upcoming news season, which I forgot what number season is, I think it's 5 or 4. I don't remember. I know. Okay, first one, second one. Yeah, it's number 4. Fourth season, which is nuts. Oh wait, no, I think it's 5 or 4. I don't know. Yeah, I had a blank on that. Sorry. Um, but it's not a big deal, to say the least. But hopefully they do kind of line it up well, especially with the other big thing, which I didn't even make a video on because really, who gives a damn on this one? But they also did a weird poll lately, way earlier, a couple of months ago, to say, hey, what do you want to see in the next DLC or something like that. Like they actually did do a survey poll, and it's pretty interesting. Many people want a brand new character, which hey, I actually agree with that. We need some new playable characters. I think there's ways to do that, and an actual brand new character if you want to keep going. Hey, it's a good idea too. Like ever since they introduced that time traveling character, Yuka, I think her name is, they could actually bring some characters from that timeline and put in there. Hey, if they want to truly try to continue the Guilty Gear Strive story, especially if you've seen Guilty Gear Strive's ending, they could do that. Who knows? But of course, we also don't know who actually is going to be in the season 4. The only character truly confirmed is May. I know there's another character they hinted at the season 4 or 5. I keep forgetting what season it is, by the way. But it's debatable. Like I said, it's debatable if it was one of the leak characters, which I definitely can't say her name due to the weirdness of the said name. It's Muck spelled backwards, literally, if you know what I'm referring to. And of course, what joke reference I'm making to explain why it's yikesy. Or it could be actually Robo-Kai, but once again, how the hell that's going to work if Robo-Kai is literally not just with Venom, but also part of his move set, unless they're going to change it up, which, to be frank, would be very interesting if they do. But we'll have to see. But honestly, I'm just glad they're finally bringing this DLC back. And there is one more concern that people are having: will we have to pay it? It's debatable, honestly. Like, on one hand, I have a truly, with the ultimate of truly, gut feeling they will force us to pay for it, which I know a lot of people justifiably want to murder that idea for multiple reasons, because that would be super duper trooper suck, or just garbage if they do that. But at the same time, I don't think they do that because of that. It's a 50-50 shot, honestly. The only reason why I believe it is not only because really deep down I justifiably believe it might happen. Like, it's a super situation where later on I'm definitely going to prepare for it if it does happen. But, and I do mean a big but, the other reason is they still have the shop icon on the game. And usually when video games like that, they usually use it. Unless Guilty Gear Strive Switch Edition will remove it. Because somebody tells me they might try to remove it because of the controversy of this DLC. Because let's be real here. Well, it's not that controversial. In fact, far from it. I don't think this is the biggest controversy ever. Oh god, it can compete. If it compete with the biggest controversy of it all being the Switch 2 and Xbox pricing, oh, it'll be dead. It'll be dead as Doordale. It wouldn't be a wrestling or a boxing match. It'll be a freaking one-sided war. They'll be duped. Like, that's how much of a less of a controversy this is, to say the least. But it was, in fact, still annoying, or at least controversial, because it really sucked. Because, like I said, people really say it's not just shit. It's literally more so like they did explosive diarrhea all over the Switch 2 edition. And I'm not even over-exaggerating with that over-exaggeration. It really feels like they abandoned the Switch 2 and Switch 1 and all the other Switch, whatever, edition, which is, it sucks. It really sucks. Especially when we have the Switch 2 edition, the Switch 2, and I feel like I actually tested out on the Switch 2 because I did move it over to Switch 2. It's fantastic. So I don't know why they delayed DLC. But it's okay. They finally did it. Hopefully they do learn their lesson. And like I said, the best solution they can do, especially with the situation they're in, they can just line up the DLC, the next DLC. Because somebody tells me they are willing, because there is a rumbling that season 4/5 will kind of be a new update kind of thing. And that's a whole other can of worms. Like, they're saying a brand new version, like Guilty Gear XR and Triple. What was XR or XR? I don't know. The third Guilty Gear, whatever number. There's multiple Guilty Gears, but updated like Street Fighter Turbo, something Advance, Ultra, whatever. You get my point. Which I don't know if they would do that because, for example, in wacky comparison, to stick with me here, with me here, Animal Crossing is getting a brand new update, and it's bumping up in numbers. So, but you're not gonna get. Well, there is a Switch 2 edition, but that update is free for both 2 and Uno, aka Switch 1. It's free for every Switch Animal Crossing, and you don't need a version to get most of that update. So I don't think it's gonna be like that. I know people have been thinking it might be that. Who knows? We'll see. But it definitely will be fascinating to see what this new season will come up. And I also have a good theory that they will announce the new stuff during the Game Awards that's coming up in a couple of weeks. So we'll see. But anyways, just want to yap about it. Or, talk about it. Oh, God. Hopefully I'm not trying to rip off anyone with that, if you know what I mean. Anyways, this has been Foxcat, snapping out here. Bye bye.